What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing if Martha comes up to you and tells you that whole sob story and then I can't pay for a cup of tea and tells you that she worked for all these people?
Because it happened, it matters the order it happened in. Okay? Because you see her and she's just like sitting there, I can't afford it. You guys remember that, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm looking down at her lap.
She was stressed before we said anything. So immediately, my guard's up. But then, welcome back to another episode of Bread and Captivity Reactions. I'm your host, Soraya.
Hey guys, it's B.
And as usual, in Command Central, we have M the Gem.
Hola.
Okay, let's get into it. Baby reindeer.
Oh my God.
No.
What?
Before we do any of the baby reindeer shit, I have a question for you guys, okay? Because I just discovered a really interesting thing about Berlin, and I wanted to make this a public question. All right. Suppose you go to the toilet and you do not have access to toilet paper. However, you do have access to essentially like a bidet or some sort of water access to clean yourself off with, okay?
Yep.
What is the method that you choose without access to toilet paper to dry yourself off?
Okay. And this is like I have to get out of the bathroom immediately, or I have some time.
Like you're at home. Yeah, you got time.
Then I'll probably just like cool it with no undies for a minute or two.
You're just gonna stand around there, wait?
No.
Like, do you know how long it takes for that shit to dry, especially between your legs?
Okay, getting a little bit real. If I have the luxury of being at home, I'll probably just grab like a clean rag and then just like dab.
So you're okay. So you're going.
Say you don't have access to rags,
But I'm at home.
but like,
So you don't have a clean
let's
rag.
say like, okay,
I don't have a clean rag at my house.
yeah,
Let's just say laundry day, girl.
laundry day.
And there's not a clean sock, a separate pair of underwear, nothing. Because if I have new underwear,
So you would be essentially dripping all the way from
Yeah, that's
the
what I was
toilet
gonna say. So the
to, like,
picture is
getting
that
the
you're
rag.
going
What is
there
this?
naked.
Yeah.
with water dripping down your thighs to the trail,
What is the
walking.
use?
So you making a trail all the way to the closet, finding something to wipe yourself with, and then what? Are you cleaning the trail of water, or are you leaving it to dry?
okay, first of all, trail of water. You guys can be as poetic as you want with this stuff. I don't know what kind of water cannon you're using to clean yourselves up with, but for me, it's a pretty concentrated area where the business went down. And so when I get up, I'm not dripping with water. And usually I'm on the phone when I'm on the toilet. So if I need 5 minutes, I'm opening up like Twitter or something like that for 5-10 minutes. I can wait. I can do that. I can stay there till my legs are numb. In fact, a lot of the times I only realize I've been on the toilet for a long time because my legs get numb.
I can't help but feel outed here, but
Why? What are you doing?
I just shake. I just like get up, shake
Like a dog,
Well,
Okay,
like a little wiggle.
like, I don't know, like give it a little wiggle.
pause here. A minute ago, when I talked about walking with dignity to my own closet, you guys had something to say about it. Oh, drip, drip, drip. But in your back pocket this whole time was I shake.
I mean, like, that's what I was
Desperate.
like. For me, I was like trying to.
How much water does
I
shaking
was
get off
trying
you?
to find fault in your.
Yeah, because she's like, no.
Because
Mine has
I
to be
was like, I
justified.
know it's weird. That's why I was like, when I was telling.
Shaking is just for your brain. You're not getting anything off of there. You're as wet as when you started.
That's what I said. I was like, you don't have like a dick to be able to facilitate that shake, and
All I know is that I am not dripping and I'm a little bit dry because it's air dried. So
I
Let it
don't know
go.
how hard you think you're shaking, but I'm pretty sure that once you put the underwear and the pants back on, you're creating a swamp.
Maybe you can come visit me in the swamp sometime.
there is no swamp there, and there, yeah, and I wait a little bit.
Wow. All right. Popular video, interesting opening. Let's get right into it. Baby Reindeer is a true story. It is the real life story of the guy who's acting in it, Josh Gad. Richard Gad. And I have never seen something like this in my life. It explores stalking in a way that I don't think any movie or show that I've seen has ever done. It was complicated because you hear about a stalking show and you think you're going in there knowing that stalker, bad, stalked, good. How do we defeat the stalker? But this was a mind fuck. Welcome, Zozo, to the set.
Clearly not an inconvenience, not ruining anything here.
Over my whole seat. And if I look awkward, please do not make fun of me. I have sacrificed my space for the dog.
I don't know why you don't just slide up. Like, why does a whole thigh and 2 butt cheeks need to be on there? You're making it so intense. Just get up and let her sit down. Just get up and let her sit down. Obviously, we're touching on something important because Zozo wants to be in the BBD video. Complicated as hell. What did you guys think about it?
I honestly, the whole stalking culture is very new to me. So I used to listen to a couple of podcasts talking about people being stalked and whatnot. And I the whole idea was fascinating to me. But this one, this lady took it too far. This lady took it too far. I feel like this was not stalking. This was harassment to the point that...
Stalking is harassment.
People don't take it seriously.
For a lack of a better word, for a lack of a better evil word that I could use, that woman took it too far. Yeah. What do you think?
I thought that it was really interesting. First of all, very bold of the man to be able to portray himself and relive all the very traumatic events that occurred to him. Hats off to Richard Gadd for 1, his acting, and 2, the fact that he was even able to do that himself.
And I really respect the fact that there didn't seem to be a moral to the story. It was just like this happened kind of thing. She wasn't the bad guy. She was obviously the bad guy. He was not a perfect victim. It was very honest. And it explores that when something like this happens, what a human reaction is and what a traumatized human reaction is, because it's so easy when you hear about something like, oh, this so-and-so got stalked, and you would think, or you would want to say to yourself,
call the police.
Just do this.
Facts.
Or just do that.
Facts.
But seeing how it happened, how you gain sympathy for somebody, how she just starts giving you something that is like you were empty before, and we find out later that he was traumatized in his past. And so when she meets him, he doesn't have this thing, this je ne sais quoi. And she latches onto him, and he says, she starts to see me the way I want to be seen.
Yeah. I mean, there was also I definitely think that he led her on. There was he got some sort of acceptance that he has always been looking for. You know what I mean? Like maybe a motherly kind of figure or something
you think
like
so?
that. I don't know, some kind of nurturing ideology. I don't know. Maybe he was just never been cared for like that. I don't think he was sexualizing her in any way, but I think he was looking at her in more nurturing way.
I don't think he was sexualizing the situation, but I think that the dynamic was between a celebrity and an adoring fan, Yeah. Because she would just be like, oh, Richard, or, Donnie, I love everything about you. And he would just entertain her and be like, oh, let me just throw her a bone. And he's loving it. Yeah, because that was his dream. I came here to be somebody, and I'm a nobody.
Exactly.
My comedy stinks. Nobody laughs. I'm a joke at work, and here comes this girl who's hanging on to my every word. She knows my bone structure's popping. She gets why I should be a star. And so he's like, go ahead and have this Coke, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tell me I'm great.
That's what I'm saying. He kind of got support, that he has never gotten from anybody around him or something like that. If you have let's say comedy gigs, right? You definitely, and then you're an upcoming artist or something like that, you definitely would want to have, and this is just my idea, do not come from me. Yeah. You definitely want to plant some people in the audience and
oh yeah, if you're early on, right?
Exactly. And
tell your friends to come.
Yeah, exactly. And in that way you have support. And so I feel even though he wasn't sexualizing, he kind of gotten motherly kind of.
He was using her.
Yeah, he definitely was.
He was using her, and that much is clear. Whether it was motherly or not, I think we disagree there. I think it was definitely like she made him feel like the kind of man he felt he wanted to be. I feel like when so many people don't get him, he had like this bizarre type of comedy, right?
I did not get that one.
It was supposed to be a joke about comedy.
I feel like that is the kind of comedy I would take children to. Like, I'm not trying to come for anybody that does that.
Sucked.
But it's like, what, the props and everything else. And I'm, no, you will not see me in the audience watching that.
No.
I kind of saw what he was going for with his comedy. I just think that it was really not there.
Hey, I did my best.
I think it was supposed to be making fun of the act of comedy itself and like kind of doing it in this weird way where there's no rhyme or reason. Like when he comes out and he's like, woo,
yeah,
my mom's dead. It's like, I don't know how to be funny and that's funny.
Okay.
Or what's it called? Like it's comedy for someone who hates comedy.
Okay.
Thank you for your explanation.
So I see what he was going for. I think it was just really poorly executed. He didn't have good jokes. So the timing was like sometimes there, but honestly, just the content was not. And he was, there's one more point I want to make. I feel like he was really unwilling to change his comedy style because there is a type of arrogance to this character. Definitely. He definitely feels like superior to a lot of people. Certainly definitely feels superior to Martha. And I think that's part of the reason their relationship worked so well is that in episode one.
She's so submissive.
In episode one, yes, he sees her and he said the first feeling he felt was that I feel sorry for her. So when you feel sorry for someone and they're a stranger, you know, they're gonna like, and they're adoring you and stuff like that. You're kind of just like
head over heels.
You know what? You feel like it's all of your fans online.
Yeah, exactly.
In this one person. His attitude to Martha definitely comes from a place of superiority. He sees her for the first time. He feels bad for her. And she adores him. So he's like, oh, look at this girl. Like, there is no way that he can look bad in her eyes. And that is power, right?
Exactly.
And she's so willing to give that he's always in the driver's seat. He can reject her when he wants.
I could see that.
She's always there.
I could see that.
You know? So sometimes like when things don't go your way and you just want someone to look at you and say, you're great. I don't know why. She's
that
there.
acceptance. Exactly. Yeah. That acceptance, somebody to see you and stuff like that. And this woman played that perfectly for him. And that's why I'm saying like, it was so much emotional and like trauma attachment between them. One, like they had like different kind of agenda for each other.
Oh yeah.
And so it was like there was no clear communication and that's why I like when the actress what is her name?
Jessica Gunning, I think, like that.
Yeah, Jessica, when she was like being interviewed, she was like, it didn't feel like there was a victim. What did she say? It didn't feel like there was a victim and an abuser kind of like, you know, vibe. It was like, you know, both people were kind of lost and they kind of, you know, were trying to achieve something in their own way and there was no clear communication between them.
I agree with a lot of what she's saying, except for the clear communication part. Because I feel like Donnie or Richard definitely knows exactly what's going on. And he has this dangerous thing and he's thinking, I can control it. That's what I think. He has like this like he's trying to have a controlled burn, you know, trying to make sure he thinks he can contain this fire from spreading, but come to it for its warmth when he needs it. Okay. Because he sees her. He sees what she wants from him and he knows it's not on the table. I will never give this to you.
That sense of being wanted.
He knows it's there.
Yeah.
I can get this from her whenever, but she's dangerous. Yeah. And I know she's dangerous because she's emailing me 100 times a day from day one. But I don't want to get rid of her because, and it's what Terry said. So like when first of all, how fine was Terry?
Mom. Mommy, Mama, 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 Mom, Mommy, Mama.
What?
Hi.
If you are not, I'm joking. I respect you and you are a fine lady.
Her name is Mao or something. Mo or something like that.
You want fine looking sexy lady.
Oh my God. And
you better believe I followed her on Insta.
A great actress at that as well.
She was seductive.
I mean, I would say like she knew what she wanted, and she wouldn't go for bullshit.
Yeah, those scenes, like when she's like, "When are you getting a real kiss?" I was like,
You name the time and the place.
"There's nothing getting me off that train." When he jumped off the train, that was probably people were like, "Oh, this episode of shock, this episode of time." I'm like, I'm traumatized that he jumped off the train. Bro, get back on there. She was fine as hell.
I feel like there was a lot of guilt when he jumped out of the train. You know what I mean?
He felt shame. He didn't. He was like, "I can't." He was telling her, "Quiet down, quiet down. Don't, don't make a scene." You know, like, come on. He wasn't confident.
How he would be perceived in public and stuff like that.
Being with a trans woman.
Yeah.
Like he has no problem with it, but he doesn't want
society.
Exactly. He doesn't even want his friends to know that he's a comedian. So the guy is very much about perception. The guy cares about how he's seen. He doesn't want people to know that he does comedy. That's one of the things he asks Martha for immediately. Please don't tell anybody that, because she looks him up online and then she finds his comedy website and then gets his email address. Yeah. And then he's like, please don't tell anybody about my secret life as a comedian. He doesn't want, because he knows it sucks and he doesn't want people to know. And then so a lot of this, and then he says he takes Terry to that bar on the edge of town because basically he doesn't want to be seen
in the vicinity because she be stalking the man.
No, not because of that. He said he always takes her to a bar on the edge of town because he doesn't want to be seen with her.
Oh,
yeah.
That one too. I always thought it was because of Martha, but okay.
No. He took her there because he didn't want to be seen with her. So there was a lot of he had no beef dating a trans woman because he went on a trans website specifically looking for this.
Yeah, I mean,
but he was, and we have to remember this is not right now. This is like a while back. So the public perception and the heat that you would have gotten for this is it's high today. So back then it would have been really, really scary. He was like looking around the train and like locking eyes with people and he's like, and then he jumped, right? So I'm pretty sure he was just like embarrassed. And he clearly said, I always took her to the edge of town because, it was dim lighting and nobody knows me around here. He didn't want her to know that he worked at the Heart in Camden, which was the bar like from the show. So he was definitely, she was his dirty little secret. And the plot twist is she's so out of your league that it's wild that she's your secret.
Damn.
He has a face that is just so hard.
Interesting.
It's like the top of his head is like big, like, right? And then it slims down into a bunch of narrow, he's like weirdly good looking, but he's like a sexy Frankenstein. Right? Because those features don't come from the same, shouldn't be on the same person.
Sexy Frankenstein is crazy.
Big bulb his head, narrow jaw, elvish-like long ears, juicy, plump lips. Where is this coming from?
Oh, I don't know.
Make up your mind.
Are you becoming handsome or?
No, he is good looking, but it just, I say Frankenstein because it feels like his head is made up of a bunch of different people's bodies. Like the top of his head doesn't go at the bottom of his head.
I honestly didn't even look at the head.
Those narrow features don't go with those plump lips. What's happening here? You know what I'm saying? How'd you, you know what I'm saying?
Just pick your lane.
That's what I'm saying. He's just a hodgepodge of whatever. But he's English. Remember that.
Okay, no. And you can't put that in there.
I sure can. If Keith Habsburger is down to admit that he looks a little bit inbred, I'm sure we can all talk about the fact that that's a historically known thing and the man is English and he looks like a sexy Frankenstein.
And you two motherfuckers need Jesus.
This has to be the most complicated example of stalking that I've ever seen, written, shown, televised, described, whatever, because you follow the beginning steps of what happened. Essentially gave her some tea.
Yeah. And you know what? Episode 1 starts off so hot. The minute that she enters the pub, first of all, okay, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing if Martha comes up to you and tells you that whole sob story and then I can't pay for a cup of tea and tells you that she worked for all these people?
Because it happened, it matters the order it happened in. Okay? Because you see her and she's just sitting there, I can't afford it. You guys remember that, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, looking down at her lap.
She was stressed before he said anything. So immediately, my guard's up.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
But then she has a lot of things going for her. She's overweight. She's a woman. I'm just saying these are non-threatening things.
Yeah,
This is making me think of like an aunt or just like, you know, she's just like, it's warmth. It's warmth. She's older than me, a little heavy, a woman. She's looking like there's something
neutralized.
There's something about that combination, and I'm embarrassed to say it because when Richard said, "Oh, it was so arrogant of me to feel that way," I'm like, bro, I am arrogant too because I understand why you would feel that way, and I'd be like, look at me, I'm such a great person.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hook her up with some hot water.
My heart is so big.
Growing up in
I'm like Jesus.
I'm basically nailed me on the cross.
Uganda, for me, I'm thinking that is a witch, and my guard is still up.
Witches come down looking.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a witch.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say
Like
witches
that.
look stressed.
No, just like walking like that, dressed with like all those, like, you know, I don't even know. For me,
Like
it
those
just look.
loose clothes
Yeah,
and like dragging your body around. I get that.
Have you ever met a witch back in Uganda?
First of all, what do you mean
Those
never
ones,
met a
like,
witch?
really, yeah, where
Like a self-proclaimed witch. I'm
I
a witch.
understand what you mean.
yeah, they're called witch doctors. They're there.
Not a witch. I'm not talking about witch doctors. I'm talking about like come to me so I can cast a spell on your enemy witch.
Yes, and they do sacrifices, like you know, human sacrifices.
I don't want to hear about sacrifice.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
That's
ethnic witchcraft.
Yeah.
Stop. Let's not wrongfully malign voodoo. Okay.
No, I love voodoo stuff. It's really cool.
I'm saying this little witchcraft business of like I'm gonna smite your enemies and stuff like that. I would be interested. Like, here's how I'm imagining it. Okay. I've been wronged. I've been wronged. Okay. And I'm harboring it in my heart. I can't let it go. And then I'm like, something needs to happen. They need to face justice somehow. And then there's talk amongst the villagers, you know? That over yonder, there's a woman standing on business. Okay? And
standing on business.
And then I go there, you know? I bring her like gold or whatever because she doesn't take paper. She doesn't take paper. So I have to bring her some like jewelry or something, you know? She'll weigh it.
You have an ATM?
Trust me, they take paper.
Debit shit? Apple Pay?
In my mind, she has a scale, and I bring her some gold and stuff like that, and she puts it on there. She's like, all right.
No, you just give them shillings. You're okay.
Word, yes.
So then I sit down, and I tell her who I'm beefing with. And she asks me, well, we all know who we're going to ask, like they're going to ask you.
Oh my God.
What do you have of theirs? What?
I said, oh my God, Kendrick?
Chris Rock running up to the mountain after Will fuck him up. Okay, so then she's gonna be like, did you bring me an item that belongs to your enemy? And I'm like, bet. And I bring like their pen or some nonsense like that, or like a lock of their hair or whatever, and I give it to her. And this is the important part, right?
This is it.
She's done have a fire lit the whole time. The whole time. It's just going like it's raging and it's on the side.
That's because she doesn't pay for electricity, bro.
The fire's been going.
It's charcoal.
The fire is part of it. The fire is part of it, okay? It's going. But it's under her control. You can sense it. And then I give her the thing. And then, like, I give her the tribute from the amulet, whatever. I give her whatever, the pen. Whatever I brought, the hair. And then she, like, says the words. And then she tosses it in the fire. Boom, it's green. Boom, it's green.
Why is it green? Green light.
Because other colors are sort of naturally occurring in a burning fire, and I don't want to say, oh, it was a trick of my eye. It went bright green.
Damn.
Okay. And then like she's like in it when it's green, like doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? And then she like opens her eyes and it's back to orange, and she'll be like, it's handled. And I'd be like, and then I cloak myself because now I'm like, nobody wants to fuck with me if I went to go see the witch doctor, right? So I have some like sheep wool cloak or something, and I'm coming out the hut like scurrying back to the village and lying in wait, going outside every time my enemy's there, like waiting to see what happened to them. That's what I imagine.
Did she do?
I don't know. This is just my imagination. This is how I get the transaction.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, me too. I'm like,
this is how the transaction goes down. I don't know how my enemy's gonna fall.
Yeah,
but
that's how I'm gonna pay
but
the
it's
witch.
being guaranteed. I'm just sitting back now, watching them. What up? No, I'm good.
What's up?
Oh, that thing that happened? I'm over it. You crazy? Who holds on to a grudge?
it's coming for you.
And I'm just like,
You, the second time you meet Martha.
you know what I'm saying? Like, like, yeah, like looking at that after a week, nothing's happened. I'm like, you should take the stairs more. You know, like heart disease killing everybody. I was thinking about
after a whole week has passed, that woman has lied to you.
No. I go back there if like a long time has passed, and she'll be like, if you question my methods,
No.
you're in the fire too.
Yeah, no.
And I back up. And I'm like, word? And then I wait around for a few weeks thinking that she just stole my gold. And then they come running to me. Freak once in a lifetime accident. And my enemy is no more. And then I'm like, whoa.
This one has
this one has a plan.
Imagination.
Yeah, and let me just say, I don't want the Death Note book to ever end up in your fucking hands, because not one person in the world
She's
is
playing games. This one is
yeah.
games.
She's just writing names down for fun. She has nothing to do. She's on the toilet taking a dump, going.
And you know I'm not fact check thing.